It's a busy day today on the vines. So we have the mini digger out, and what we're doing is a very important piece of vineyard work where we're going down all of the rows, and every time we see a dead vine or where there is a gap in the row, we're just digging it out and leaving a hole, because we're going to go back and plant individual vines after. So some kind of more like agricultural work today, just the kind of basics of keeping a vineyard. And yeah, let's get stuck into it. So the reason why we do this is to make sure that we have the vineyard basically always maintained, and never having these situations where you've maybe got like one of your parcels which has got a large chunk of the vines missing. There's different schools of thought around this. Actually, some people actually think that it's better to just plant a vineyard, let it kind of die off naturally, and then when it gets too old and the production's too low, you rip it up again and you replant it entirely. The problem I have with that is that it means that all of the vines are the same age, and I think it's much more interesting to have vines in a vineyard that are all of different ages. So old vines make very concentrated, high quality grapes. Younger vines make maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less concentrated, but possibly with different kind of lighter aromas and maybe a little bit less tannin. So I think it's much more interesting to have a balance of different ages and different vines in the vineyard. And then that way I think it also lasts longer. This is a choice that we've made, but it's something that I think is really going to bring a lot to our wines, and in the long run it's going to pay off. So here we had a dead vine that we want to replant. So you can see we've dug it up and dug the roots. So all I'm going to do is just take both the post and the vine. The post we're going to use again for the next vine, so we'll put it here. Make sure I've got all of the roots as much as possible as well, and then put that in our pile here and get going. So we have a wonderful little wormy in our soil. This is a really good sign. That's nature telling us that all of our hard work on the vineyard and organic approaches are paying off. It means we've got a really great soil microbiology, which is absolutely essential for making high quality grapes and high quality wine. So it's really great to see worms like that living in our topsoil, and it's a brilliant sign. We have a very stubborn root down here, which I can't really get out with just my hands. So what I'm trying to do is just get this under, try and dig it out a bit. Wow. Difference between old vines and young vines. Look at that, that's just one vine that we've got out there. Massive roots, big pieces of wood. Hello. This is exhausting. It's almost the end of the day. We haven't done as much as we wanted to, but we're slowly getting there. This is what we're trying to do. So we've just dug this dead vine out of the ground, and I'm just trying to get the rest of the roots, because if you see along here, what we're looking for is these spots of white. See up there? That's a fungal disease that's killed the vine, and we want to try and stop it from spreading as much as we can. It's usually related to water, so we think that the fact that vines weren't cultivated for a couple of years before we took them over and they were abandoned probably didn't help. So dealing with it, very hard work, backbreaking work. So this is what has come out of each of the rows on La Morelle today. So backbreaking work. It's been a long day, and now it's time for us to go home. So it's a pretty good effort. All of these, some serious tonnage, which we've managed to get out of the way. It's going to make our lives a lot easier with the tractor. And then as I was saying, we're going to go and backfill each one of the holes with a new baby vine in the next couple of months, and that will give us that lovely mixture of ages in this parcel. So yeah, excellent work. You can really feel like it's winter's coming, and it's the end of the season now. It's cold. The vines are losing all of their leaves. The soil is getting humid again and cool. You know, and this work as well, it feels like the very last cherry on top of the cake in terms of this year of just kind of correcting all of the issues that threw themselves up in the season that we had to wait until the end of the year to deal with. Moving forwards, I think now it's all going to become about next year and about 2026. We don't know what type of vintage it's going to be, but I think we've learned some things this year, and we're clear about, you know, which direction we're going, what the strengths of our vineyard are, what we think are some of the opportunities to capitalize on, and it's for us to put that into practice now. And you know, we've looked at, you know, a number of different things, even things as kind of detailed as, you know, what type of pruning we're going to do, how many buds we'll leave when we're pruning, what groundworks we're going to do, whether we're going to use you know, bigger machinery, smaller machinery, all that type of thing. But yeah, I think we're starting to target a few main avenues of action, and hopefully we'll see some even improved results next year. So really, we're at end of 2025, but we're already moving into 2026 in terms of wine in the wine world. And yeah, the cycle is closing and starting again at the same time.